Hi everyone, my name is Masud. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my top 5 attributes of good communication, and I'll be relating that back to the role of a physio. So, we all know that good communication is key to being a good physio, but I think sometimes the nuanced skills under communication are missed. So, what are my top 5 skills of being a good communicator? Or good communication: empathy, being kind but firm, patience, sensitivity, and tact. Empathy. So, why is empathy important? Empathy is important because it allows your patient to feel like you understand what they're going through. It's the difference between saying, at least you can do X, or at least you can do this, in comparison to saying, I understand, I know what you're going through. This particular skill allows your patient to feel more close to you and therefore increasing or improving the outcome of your treatments because they're going to adhere to what you say. Number 2, patience. So patience is fundamental when you are explaining something new or you are giving something to the patient to do, which is new. So the reason it's important is because it allows the patient to feel comfortable within their scope of their pain, and it gives them time to, I guess, improve their confidence or grow their confidence and function without being made like they are, without feeling rushed, basically. So yeah, patience is important. Just being understanding, again, it comes down to being understanding of the environment. Number 3, sensitivity. So sensitivity is key, and it's not necessarily something I think that, I don't even know if it can be developed, but it's really just about paying attention to your environment. If you were, for example, to see a particular patient who wears a headscarf and you're a male therapist and you're seeing them alone, I personally would pick up on that straight away, even before I had seen the patient, or as soon as they have come in through the door, if I haven't read their notes prior. And I will ask them, I will be open from the get-go. I will say, if you don't feel comfortable, we can get you booked in with a female therapist if you want. It's not an issue. Just being sensitive to them, and they will naturally, engage more with you in that sense because they understand that you respect them. So yeah, being sensitive to, for example, cultural or religious customs, or just in general how people are, you have to be really, I guess, aware, and that's a key thing of communication. So yeah, sensitivity. Next, we have being kind but firm. So it's a bit like having children. You have to show some level of power over them. And the reason it's important is because they won't ever fully engage with your message. And if I was to relate that to the role of a physio, when you are, for example, trying to explain the importance of a patient doing their exercises at home, you have to stress consistency and consistency with the treatment. And if the patient doesn't feel like you're showing that level of authority in what you're saying and conviction in what you're saying, they're not going to do it. They're not going to come back. They're going to come back and say, I'm still in pain. And when you ask them why are you still in pain, they're going to say, I don't know. I did what you said and it's not working. That is what's going to happen. But when you speak with power, it comes across in your voice and as I say, conviction in your words. It's just the confidence that you give out. Your patient is going to believe what you say, and they're going to adhere more to what you say, and they're going to believe in what you do in the treatment. When they believe in the treatment, their outcomes improve dramatically because they know that what they're doing is significantly going to impact their health, and they're going to get back to doing what they were. They're going to improve their quality of life. So that's key. Being kind but firm. You have to be firm. You can't be scared of pulling up a patient when they haven't been consistent. So just keeping it straightforward with them, they will respect you a lot more. Last but not least, we have tact. So the act of touch. So this may not necessarily be, from personal experience, this may not necessarily be that important when you're working in the NHS. When I was a student, working in MSK outpatients, in the NHS, a lot of the model of treatment is more hands-off. It's more exercise-based. So this might not necessarily apply to that particular sector, but I know that in private MSK, there is a lot of touch involved. And in for example, when you're working in other areas of physio with more chronic conditions, touch allows the patient to feel like they're supported. For instance, if you're trying to rehab a particular patient who hasn't been able to stand up, and you're helping them to stand up from their chair, you, for example, will maybe support them from their hip or their leg, and that allows the patient a bit of confidence, knowing that there's someone behind me to help me if I felt a bit weak, and I'm not alone. That's what it's saying. And that's the importance of touch, being aware of where you can touch a patient, and just knowing that it has meaning, what you do, how you physically communicate with the patient. So yeah. So those were my top 5 attributes of good communication and in relation to the role of a physio. I hope you found those valuable, and it was something insightful. If you had a comment or you had anything to share, please feel free to comment down below. I'd love to know what you thought of this. And if not, make sure to like this video and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Cheers.